What's happening, y'all? Rich Sosa coming back at you with another video today. And before we get started, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. God bless every single one of you. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the thumbnail and video, today we're creating a very special OG and what I'm gonna be saying rare build in NBA 2K25. As you can see together, we're going to be creating the two-way slashing shot creator. Now, with this build, bro, it definitely does remind me of Jaylen Brown. And when it comes towards the way that I did make it, we get those elite contact dunks, pro dribble animations. On top of that, we can get a 99 plus when it comes towards the driving dunk. So, you know, you can make any type of changes, adjustments as we go into the build making. So, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now from here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of today's build. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure that we're going to be making this one out of the small forward position. And I believe this is about the 6th build that I've made, and I'm going to be continuing to drop these videos for y'all every single day. So as far as when it comes towards the position, let's go with the small forward. Getting into the actual height, we got to go with 6'9", so it's a little bit taller than what we were able to make it in previous 2Ks. I do remember this build from 2K19, I believe, and I think the best way to make it was about like 6'7", bro. And then when it comes towards the height today, let's go with 215. As for that wingspan, let's go with 7 feet. And this is what we're going to be looking like moving forward. So the first area that I do want to dive into, I think it's the most important because it actually unlocks badges along the way most of the time. So I'm going to go with the speed. Now, for that speed today, we're going to go all the way up to a 79. Once we get into the acceleration, actually the agility, I'm going to put this to a 76. And then for that strength, bro, I'm not going to be weak on this build, so let's go with an 82. And then for the actual vertical, I'm going to go all the way up to an 80. Now, as you can see when it comes towards the build overall, man, I'm telling you, like, the physicals are not weak at all. I think we're pretty strong in all 4 areas. And it's really going to play a big factor down the road when we're looking at these attributes from the offensive perspective, but this build definitely carries the load on the defense as well. So I want to get into that dropping dunk first, so let's go ahead and put this all the way up to a 93. So if you're buying attribute upgrades and, you know, taking into account your takeover, this rating is easily going to get past a 99 plus, bro. So when it comes towards that driving layup, let's go with an 85. And then for that close shot, I'm going to put this up to a 75 now. For the rest of the build on the standing dunk, let's go with an 81. And this actually not only unlocks most of those standing dunk packages, but look, we also get silver rise up, man. So really just something that is nice to add extra to this build. And then for the actual post control, let's go with a 70. So as far as for being a finisher, man, like this is a really nice build from the offensive side. And do take into account, bro, on this build, we're still going to be able to acquire bronze limitless range. So once we get into the shooting, go ahead and put that mid-range shot all the way up to an 80. And then once we get to that three-pointer, you want to max this out to an 83. And then for that free throw, I'm going to go with the minimum threshold of a 70. Now look, bro, I told y'all we're going to get limitless range, so that's the key badge that I did want to go for on this build. Once we get into the pass accuracy, I'm going to put this all the way up to an 85. And then for the actual ball handle, let's move this up to an 80. Now for the speed with ball, I'm going to go up to a 68, and most of these numbers are going to be for badge purposes. So if you want to make changes to possibly use cap breakers in certain areas, like, you can definitely do so. But with the way that I'm making it today, it's going to be pretty nice because you're going to get a lot of the badges that you actually need to be successful right away. So let's get into that defensive end. So for the interior, I'm going to go up to a 64. Once we get to the perimeter, I'm going to go up to an 87. And then once we get into the actual steal, man, let's go with a 79. Almost done with the build. And then for the actual defensive rebound, man, I'm telling y'all, like, this is something that I did decide to upgrade over the block and pretty much putting more towards the steal. So I'm going to put this up to a 60. And as you can see right there, we do get certain badges at a lot of minimum thresholds. So we get rebound chaser. You also get other badges. Like for the defensive side, I think this is the most important: silver glove and interceptor. Now if you want to take the route to, you know, change the wingspan, anything from, you know, the physicals, you can definitely do so. But either way, you're going to lose out on some of the badges that I did acquire today for this build. Now, I like On-Ball Menace. We also get Pick Dodger. Immovable Enforcer is one of the most important badges that you really need to focus on, because this not only really gives you a heavy contest on the defense with botting up animations, but it really makes your build super overpowered defensively. So the higher that you can get this badge on, I think it's going to be the better. And like I said, bro, if you want to, you can use your 3 cap breakers towards your strength, and you're going to be able to get this badge on a higher tier. Now, when it comes towards the actual playmaking, you get the pro dribble animations. Also, we get lightning launch, so that's going to be key for being like somewhat of a playmaker. Now you get ankle assassin, handles for days, as you know, this is going to be one of the main badges that you really want to aim for, because I've used builds without it in the past, and I'm telling y'all, it's not the way if you're looking to be some type of dribbler, you know. And then for strong handle on bronze man, I'm telling y'all, this is one of my favorite badges. Honestly, since it's been introduced into 2K, it's very nice for like taller dribblers like this one. Now for unpluckable silver, bro, that's like super perfect to have it on this kind of build. And then, you know, once you get into the actual pass accuracy, bronze bailout is going to be key. Now it's always been an overpowered badge, and I don't think it's changed in NBA 2K25. We get break starter right here too, so if you use those extra 2 cap breakers towards your pass accuracy, you can actually get gold break starter. Now you also get versatile visionary, which you can throw alley-oops with that, and then gold dimer, man. Like, this is a real complete build. Now let's say you want to change anything from the shooting, bro. Look, from the 3-pointer, I don't think anybody's going to want to change anything. I mean, who doesn't want limitless range? You also get Deadeye out of it, silver shot specialist, shifty shooter. And then for the actual mid-range shot, man, it's a little bit more of the same, except we do get post fade phenom on the silver tier. So basically, there's not much that you can do when it comes towards, you know, saying that this build isn't all around, because it pretty much hits on everything offensively and defensively. So with the post control, you get bronze post up poet, unpluckable once again, the silver hook specialist, post powerhouse, man. Like, this build is part post scorer, part shooter, you know, all around playmaker with the perfect amount of defense, bro. Now for the standing dunk, remember we already went over this, and I really like aerial wizard on this build, man. You're going to be able to throw lobs to yourself, and I think that's super overpowered in the ones court. Now as far as for silver rise up, bro, I think this is a very nice tier to keep this badge on. So if you wanted to make an adjustment to go, let's say with like 70, you know, I like having rise up. So it really comes down to your own personal preference, but I'm going to leave it as is. Now for the driving dunk, this does allow us to get those elite contact dunks with the 80 vertical, and then you get gold posterizer, aerial wizard on the Hall of Fame. And then for the driving layup, we pretty much get most of the, you know, good layup packages. And then you get silver physical finisher, float game, layup mixer, aerial wizard on the Hall of Fame tier once again. And then for that close shot, pretty much the main badge out of this one is going to be Paint Prodigy, because it really does open up your offensive presence and makes you a real threat down low. So as far as when it comes towards these takeovers, man, I think this is perfect. Like, look at the amount that we get, bro. That's at least 20, bro. So we get above the rim, bucket, drive and dish, fearless focus. Like, you know, a lot of these takeovers are really nice to, you know, change the way that the builds can actually play. Now spot up shooter, that's a +10 put towards that 3-pointer, bro. So really take into account, this build can potentially have a with boost 97, maybe even more, when it comes towards that 3-point shot, with this takeover being unlocked at level 5. Now you also get other ones for the pass accuracy. You know, even if you're going into a different game mode, like, you can really change around which takeovers that you're going to be using and really change the play style of this build. Now I really like layup guru. That's a +15 put towards your driving layup, bro. So imagine having a 6'9" with a 100 driving layup, bro. Like, I think this is a really nasty build, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite takeovers that I've seen so far. Now it really comes down to your play style, what you want to do, but there's a lot of other great takeovers that I think anybody can find success with them, bro. Like, even adding a +15 towards that 93 driving dunk, that's easily at least a +110, bro. Like, some of these, or no, at least 107, 110, between that range. Like, this is going to be a perfect build to use for the rec, you know, the ones. Very overpowered on the outside as well, and it's really good because it does also have a defensive presence, and you even get the 3-and-D takeover. You know, really comes down to your play style, but if you're looking to be a true lockdown, mirror is going to be the takeover that you want to go with. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on this build. Is there anything that you potentially would change to make it a little bit better, or reroute the way that you would go about it? But I think this is one of the best ways that you can make a two-way slashing shot creator in NBA 2K25 on next gen. So let's go ahead and move forward to see the shades of, and we get Corey Maggette, Jaylen Brown, and Paul George, and together, man, we did it. We created the two-way slashing shot creator. Now, I want to say thank every one of y'all for your support. Really let me know if you're going to be using this build in Season 1 or 2. I think this is going to be a great build to, once you learn the mechanics of the game, to really dive into and just have a lot of fun, bro. If y'all want me to use this as my second build, let me know in the comments. And if you have a more rare build, bro, I definitely want to know what y'all have created in NBA 2K25 as well. So, you know, once again, I just want to say thank every one of you for your support, man. I see y'all in the comments, and, you know, I just want y'all to know that I acknowledge you, and, you know, thank you so much for, you know, continuing to be a part of the best positive community in the 2K community. Y'all are a part of it. Y'all are my brothers and sisters, so I always got to let y'all know that. And I'm always going to keep it real with y'all, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I got another one dropping for y'all tomorrow. And if you want to watch my previous one, I'll put a little card up above here. So, you know, before we get out of here, man, just if you have any questions, comments, let me know down below, and I'll definitely hit y'all back. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.